For Project 2 and Project 3, I decided to read the book Up for Debate, Exploring Math Through Argument by Chris. This book really made an impact on my future teaching. The reason why is because I feel like I learned how to incorporate conversations in a math class, and how that really helps students become better students, become better learners. Overall, Chris's main point or main idea was really having conversations in a classroom, and how to explore math through argument, through justification, through but how, but why. Throughout his book, overall, a little bit about Chris is he was really interested in debate and in math. He had debate students, he had math students, but he seemed to find that his debate students were really like interested. They would stay hours, and they would really show that they wanted to be there. And his math students, not the same, not so much. So what he ended up doing is he ended up kind of meshing both of those together. He ended up bringing debate into the math class, and the way that he kind of initiated this was by having soapbox debates. So bringing in a non-math topic, like for example, my favorite movie is, or the best movie is, the best snow cone flavor is, the best ice cream flavor is blank, and having the students stand up for what they believed, and slowly introducing the statement that he is like a true believer in. In his book, he mentions that he has this statement put up in his classroom, all over his classroom, so that students don't forget this statement, because that is what his class really like focus on, which is my statement is and my warrant is. So he really does take the time to explain to his students what a claim is, what a warrant is, and what that looks like in a non-math matter. And little by little, he starts incorporating that into math. So justifying why that is the answer that it is, and how you got to that answer. I feel like not only debating in a classroom helps conversations, but it also takes away a little bit of the attention from the teacher, and really tries to push the students to do that learning, to do that interaction within themselves. And the teacher can kind of back up a little bit and guide and supervise. But I really liked how he was able to show us throughout the book different examples of how he incorporates this debate, or this my claim is and my warrant is, in his classroom. One of the chapters that really caught my eye, or the section that really caught my eye, was about making mistakes. And he asks the question to the students to give him the coolest or the best mistake. I feel like that is huge, and that really caught my attention, because growing up, I didn't really like math, wasn't really a math person, and I'm not saying that this completely blames it on that, but my parents were always really involved in my education, and my dad, he would check my homework every night, and for every math problem that I got wrong, I would get 5 more problems on top of that. So for every problem that I got wrong in my homework, I got 5 more. And that really left an impact on me and on the way that I saw mistakes. And I feel like mistakes overall have a bad or a negative connotation associated with them, because it's like, if you made a mistake, you failed. You didn't get it. But that's not what I've learned. That's not what I've learned through you. And it's not what I read through his book. And it's something that I really want to take into my classroom, because it's okay to make a mistake. And it's okay for kids to know that it's okay. Because mistakes should be seen as a learning opportunity and not as, I'm a failure. And I feel like that also goes hand in hand with having a growth mindset. Like, you know what? I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm going to get there. And I still have trouble with that sometimes, but I'm slowly getting there. I'm slowly learning. And I really want my students to have that. I really want my students to know. And for the teachers to provide the opportunity to give the students of finding the coolest or the best mistake is huge, because it's like they're not only knowing how to do it, but if they make a mistake, it's like, my mistake is the best because, or I claim that my mistake is the best and my warrant is that it's the best because I messed up here and this is why. And it's like a conversation that will just take its own course in the classroom. So I feel like having conversations in the classroom doesn't only show the students how to get the right answer, but it helps them identify how they got there, and just makes a better classroom community. So like I said, I loved reading his book. He gave several examples of how to incorporate different activities that you can incorporate in a classroom. And it's like, I love it because the book was intended for like sixth grade to 12th grade. And that's like preteen, teen. Kids love to have a point of view. Kids love to have a stance. And giving them this opportunity in such a positive way, I feel like just reinforces that. And it's like, you have a stance, you have something to say, so let's do it. Let's say it. And he also acknowledges in his book that it can get very hard and it could be very nerve-wracking for some students to really stand up in front of the class and state this. But having that sentence starter for them and making them little by little feel comfortable with one another is very important to create that classroom community, and to have a good classroom dynamic. So overall, this was a really interesting book. I really, really liked it. And I feel like I was able to gain a lot, and take a lot from it to use in my classroom. So once again, thank you.